Good morning, everybody. It is your daily crypto news. It is Thursday, March 12th, 2026. My name is Matt. I wonder if you're hearing the music in the background. Somebody commented on Spotify and said, "Where's the music?" And I said, you know what? I'm trying to streamline this process, but I'm trying to see if we can make it part of that streamlined. I've been sitting here recording this already too long because this is my third take, because I did not like how I wrote the news stories and the bullets, and so now we're getting a little crazy over here. dailycryptonews.net. Make sure you're subscribed. That's our Substack, and always feel free to write comments at Spotify. Let's get into it. So Bitcoin is trading in a tight range right now. It's around 69.8 to 73, and that's important. By the way, if you're on our Substack, and our Substack is dailycryptonews.net, I put a link in there for Crypto Currently, and it's a YouTuber that I watch. We're talking about global liquidity in that one. He's huge on global liquidity, and global liquidity has predicted a lot of rises in Bitcoin. Consolidation, global liquidity goes up, Bitcoin number go up. According to global liquidity, Bitcoin should be trading between 125 and 140 right now. So we are in the Schrodinger's Bitcoin. Liquidity up, Bitcoin consolidating. Does it move up, or does it follow the historic pattern of being in a bear market and move down? I think at this point, both could be true and not true at the same time, but we will see. But Bitcoin is hovering around the 69.8 and 73, holding steady despite escalating Iran conflicts, oil volatility, and even though oil volatility is pushing toward $100 a barrel, it went over that. We're about 91 right now, but which was also a great trade. Hopefully you got in and made a little money there. The broader stock market pressure, it has climbed to a wall of worry and outperformed equities, gold in recent sessions. Open interest in Bitcoin futures has climbed to around $102 billion with negative fund rates, pointing to defensive bearish positioning and cautious shorts among traders. Analysts see neutral technical signals and potential for continued range-bound action unless macro risks escalate. Pretty simple. Macro risks escalate, number go down. But short term. Again, there's long-term trends. Just because you have some news, people are trading on news. And altcoins are showing relative strength in risk-off environment, with some sectors like AI and DeFi tokens gaining traction. Moving over to regulatory and oversight developments, the SEC and the CFTC has signed a memorandum of understanding to harmonize oversight for financial markets and digital assets, ending years of rivalry and aiming to better coordinate on crypto negotiations and regulations. The FATF has warned that offshore crypto firms have created gaps in money laundering and sanctions enforcement, highlighting challenges in tracking illicit activity. And people are pointing to Binance and Iran sanctions and maybe supporting some transactions from Iran. And there's like this whole thing that's going around the internet right now that if you say Iran or Iran, like people are like, well, you don't even know how to say the country, like, so you can't comment. I don't know, dude. I don't know. We try our best, man. And JP Morgan faces a lawsuit alleging it facilitated funds flows in a 328 crypto Ponzi scheme linked to Goliath Ventures. Moving over to institutional and corporate moves, BlackRock has launched an iShares staked Ethereum trust, providing spot Ethereum exposure plus staking rewards, passing 82% of yields to investors, with a low fee structure, tapping into growth demand for yield and crypto funds. Tether has invested in Arc Labs via a $5.2 million funding round to support software enabling stablecoins and payments on Bitcoin network, reviving Bitcoin native stablecoin efforts. And Cryptio is a crypto accounting firm, and it raised $45 million to help institutions track digital assets, loans, and storage for better financial reporting amid institutional adoption. Some other notable stories, or metal-bats, as Kyle would say. Across Protocols token is surging on news of a potential shift from DAO to C Corp structure, a signaling governance changes in DeFi projects. Just real quick comments on my little horse here. DAOs were an amazing idea that really practically don't work. I don't know where they would work. What a DAO working, like, I just don't. Now that I've seen how they rolled out, everything's good. It's like everything is good in theory until you see how it actually works in practice. Some DAOs are continuing to work, but most DAOs aren't. And the fact is you have company structures that need a lead, a head, a board, a CEO, decision makers that can just act. And this kind of like consensus voting is just too slow for what it's for. And I think, for these kind of companies, they're companies trying to find a product, trying to find a product market fit, and adapt and innovate and move and evolve in real time. DAOs aren't good for that. Would a DAO be good for, say, a Bitcoin or Ethereum governance that already has like a protocol set, and then just needs to talk about BIPs or EIPs or whatever? Then that is probably where it is more useful. But then, is it still useful in that? And anyway, we're seeing a lot of DAOs fall apart and go into LLCs, C corps, or some kind of like CEO structures, and just turn that all down. Bonk.fund has warned users to avoid the site after hackers deployed a crypto wallet drainer, underscoring ongoing security risks in the ecosystem. And Meta Planet Ventures plans to invest $25 million in Japanese Bitcoin infrastructure companies, continuing to incorporate Bitcoin accumulation trends. Sorry, a little stuttery. Let's take a look at those crypto prices right now. And Bitcoin is sitting at, currently, of course, I don't have the tab up, it's $69,836. Ethereum is at $2,059. Binance is at $650, XRP is at $137, Solana is at $86.13, Tron's at 28.9 cents. Unless somebody just thought they were rich overnight, which could happen. This is crypto. Dogecoin's at 9.4 cents. Hyperliquid is at the number 10 spot at $37 even. And that's our show. My name is Matt. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Oh, sorry. Happy hodling, everyone.